New Year to all of you, and welcome back to Global Women Enrichment Podcast. Can't believe we are already in 2021. It's like 2020 just disappeared in a heartbeat. But we are grateful that we are here and we are alive to see a new year, and that we are here with you again, bringing to you Global Women Enrichment Podcast right to your home. So, ladies, Dr. Brown and Viola, tell me, how did you guys spend your holidays? Who want to go first?
Wow, I can't believe it's 2021. The holidays, it was so good to get away. The holidays just go too fast. So we just got back. We were out of town for a little bit, a little break, a little veg time, we call it. So we're up on the island of Hilton Head, hanging out on the beach. Yeah, right. We were walking on the sand, not in the water, and it was great. So that's what we did. We did Christmas here in town and had a big feast with the kids, and then we just spent New Year quietly away, getting ready, refreshed, regrouped for 2021. Here I come. Paola?
Yes. Happy New Year, ladies. Wishing you well. Blessings.
Thank
yes.
you.
What did I do? My daughter is in town. She's here for about 3 weeks. She'll be going back to DC. We had a wonderful Christmas with the family, with my nieces and sisters. They spent the night over. It was beautiful to exchange gifts the Christmas morning. This is the first time actually they spent the night over the house. During Christmas, it was great. And then for New Year's Eve, I made my famous soup jumeau. That's custom for Haiti. Haitian, we do that. It's to celebrate Independence Day that we've been doing since 1804. And not me, actually, but, my ancestors, 1804. So I made soup for about 8 family members that come to pick up soup so they drink it, they eat. And on January 1st, it was a wonderful holiday. I got to stay home with the family and then get some rest at home. It was beautiful. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, ladies.
And good to be back.
Awesome. Good to have you back. So basically, we just went to Palm Beach Gardens for a little bit for New Year's weekend to ring in the new year, just to get out a little bit out of Miami. You can't do much traveling, but we said at least we could go to a different city. It's definitely good to be back with Global Women Enrichment and to all our viewers and listeners out there. So having said that, if you remember back in 2020, we did advise you that the first session of each preceding month, we will have questions. So this is that time. This is our first session for 2021. And we are going to try and answer questions that viewers and listeners would like to know. And the first question that we have is, what inspired us to start Global Women Enrichment?
I think that's one you need to answer, Venoria.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Brown. So, I will take on this task as to why we were inspired to start Global Women Enrichment. To be honest with you, when we first got together, it was basically because we were planning a 1,000 Women Empowerment Conference. But because of the pandemic, we've had to postpone not once, not twice, but 3 times. And also, during that time, at the initial beginning, even before we had to postpone the event, the first time back in March, in planning the 1,000 Women Conference, the amount of the different things that we wanted to do, such as helping women within the community, recognizing them, giving them little things like maybe some people complain that they don't have televisions, they people are hungry, as you see, even from this pandemic. There are so many hungry people in the world. So we wanted to do everything that we can. And one of the main things we also wanted to do was to try and give a deserving woman a vehicle. And to do all of these things, a lot of times the corporations do not want to get involved unless you're a non-for-profit organization, because they need a way to write off, to do a tax write-off. So I thought about it, and I spoke to one of my dear friends who is a leader within the community, and I said, actually, she was the one who told me that we definitely need to go that route with forming a non-for-profit organization. So then I called my good friend who is sitting at this table, Paola Pear, because I know she has previously worked for non-for-profit organizations. I got her input as to what, to get some ideas. And basically that is how Global Women was formed. After Paola gave me some insight, I said, okay, we can do this. So right then and there, I told her, listen, if I'm going to do this, I know you're going to be right there with me doing this. I'm not going to do this by myself. I want to surround myself with women that basically that I respect and I know that are powerful women. So after speaking with Paola, then I picked up the phone, and who do you think I called?
Dr. Sandra Brown.
Dr. Sandra Brown. And I have to say, Dr. Brown was ready from the beginning to get on board, and we went ahead and we did this. We have one other person that is part of our board, and that person is not here, but we went ahead and we applied to be a non-for-profit organization, and we were blessed. We were given that opportunity. So that's how Global Women in Enrichment was formed. Okay. So moving right along. Question number, do you guys have anything else to add?
No, let's move on to question 2. Global is in the name. So in your view, where are we going and what's unique about this organization?
This is a very good question, whoever wrote this question. What is unique about us? If you see us, you can see we are a diverse group, Caribbean group. Paola is Haitian. Dr. Brown is
Grew up in Jamaica, but originally from Germany.
Originally from Germany, and myself, I'm from the British Virgin Islands. So we are diverse, just among the three of us. And having said that, we basically, what is unique about us is we want to take the time and recognize ordinary women doing extraordinary things. A lot of times women are not heard, they do not have a voice. We want to be able to give them a voice. So we invite you out there. I know some of you have already reached out to us and say, hey, I would like to be part of your organization. Send us in feedback, send us in comments, send us in questions, and let us know how you feel about Global Women Enrichment. But we are definitely here to support women, to inspire women, and to help all women become all that they were meant to be on this earth and realizing their full potential through self-actualization.
Yeah, I think I'd like to add to that many times we see things in the media and it's all celebrities and we wonder, will anybody ever recognize what I'm doing in our small community? And I think I want to believe that we will provide that opportunity for women who, as Veneria says, are ordinary women doing extraordinary things in your homes and in your community. So yes, we will serve that purpose. And if you contact us and want to be a part and to offer what you do, we'll be happy to have you on the podcast.
Perfect. And there's another question. They're asking, how has the pandemic affected the objectives of the organization? Well, basically, as I mentioned before, because of the pandemic, we were unable to proceed with the 1,000 Women Empowerment Conference. But be not discouraged, that is definitely still going to take place. But in the interim, we are reaching out to you through our podcast. So I would say how it has affected the objectives is that we were unable to proceed with the conference. But even though it affected it in that way, we turned it into a positive because if we were able to have the 1,000 Women Empowerment Conference, we probably would not have thought about having the Global Women Enrichment podcast. So every negative can turn into a positive, which is what this did because of us not being able to have the 1,000 Women Empowerment Conference. We decided to have, this is how Global Women Enrichment Global Women Enrichment was birthed, and as a result, Global Women Enrichment podcast.
Which is, if I may ask,
Yes.
if I may add to it, which is a good thing in a way, because like you say, the negative, positive come out of it, and then we get to expand and to have more listeners, more people listen to us. So when we're ready to have really the conference next year, God willing, that would be a powerful and wonderful one to have. Yes.
Yes, whether it's 2021 or 2022,
Yes,
definitely,
whatever,
we
yes.
definitely look forward. And we will hope that all you viewers and listeners out there would be a part of that as well.
Absolutely.
Moving on to the next question, why should people want to follow us? So, why should people want to follow us? Because people out there, we are just like you, ordinary people, okay? We are not celebrities. We do not play one on TV. We are just ordinary people with ordinary lives, ordinary family, doing ordinary things, and we are looking at this that we are doing right now as something extraordinary because we are reaching out to you and inviting you to be part of us. Moving right along, question number 5. Paola, you are involved in many community organizations. So they are asking, what makes Global Women an organization that you can influence?
Well, I do involved in several organizations in the community. And I can see Global Women is different. It's unique because the organization that I'm involved with or part or we're friend with, they are either specifically related to professional organizations. They are sometimes be an individual, someone affected with project or area or something, and then create something to identify themselves. It could be someone with domestic violence or something, and decided to have an organization. But for me, being in the community, we have like Haitian Lawyers Association, Nurses Association, educators, Haitian professional coalitions. I've like in so many, and then we each deal with different and then unique area in our lives. But Global Women Enrichment brings something different. Those leaders I've mentioned in those organizations that I mentioned, most of them are females. They bring something new. They bring quality. They bring skills. They bring things that, a lot of people are looking for. And then I think by having them, I can, reach out to a few of them and then invite them to be a guest speaker here. And then you can see the impact those ladies, females, would have, and others that are listening, that are viewing us every week. And I think definitely there's value added. There's value added for them to come to us to see what they do. And then also value will be added to the ones that are listening that can get something out of it.
Thank you, Paola. Dr. Brown.
Yes, ma'am.
The next question is addressed to you. Why is this organization of interest to you, and what do you bring to the table?
Good question. I remember when you called me and asked me if I would be interested in working with you, and I thought, what am I going to bring to this organization? Why would I be a part of it? And I have a little pet passion that just consumes me occasionally about the power of a woman. I am so fascinated with the concept that Creator God would use a woman's body to keep society going, to perpetuate the species. I'm very fascinated with that. And I think women are very, very, very special parts a very special part of the human makeup. Often we see in society extremes where women are doing things and people feel like women are taking over. And then we also are aware of the other extreme as we were growing up in our own cultures where women felt like they were behind. The men would go out and work and the women would stay home and raise the children. And sometimes women felt inferior. So I am hoping, and my dream with Global Women Enrichment is to bring women to the middle of that road where we are partners, equal partners with the men we work with. We are a team. We all have our place. And so my vision, what makes me feel excited about Global Women Enrichment is that we bring to the ordinary population the reality that women are partners and we're doing great things. We're a special part because we carry the species. Every male, every child comes from a woman. And so women have this great part to play. Also, because I'm a healthcare provider and an educator, I am very busy. I'm not like Paola in all of these organizations where she gives so much. So this is my opportunity to give back to the community and to share with the community all that has been given to me and to encourage women to get to their maximum potential, to highlight and to bring some of those women to the front and let's hear their stories like we did with Betsy, Dr. Betsy, and we'll be doing in the future. This month next week as a matter of fact, we'll be having the great Laura Bonnick sharing her story and her journey. And I think these are great things for us to do as women. So what do I bring? Excitement about those possibilities.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Well said.
I think we should go to the question on
Which one?
what we're gonna expect. What can our viewers and listeners expect in the months and weeks to come? What topics are we going to discuss as we continue?
There are so many things that we have in store to discuss, from domestic violence, battered women, basically human trafficking, women being seen and not heard, or women being told to be quiet and not say anything. Let the men continue to take over. It's a new dawn. It's a new day for women, and they are coming from, what should I say?
Humble beginnings.
From humble beginnings, and they are rising to the occasions and letting their voices be heard. Right. And that's what we want to continue with this organization. Payola, I can see that you're just bursting with things to say. So take it.
No, what I'm saying is just like, whoever guest speaker we have or keynote speaker to come to the table, keep watching, keep seeing what we're doing. If this topic is not yours, probably next week you will identify yourself with the speaker, with the topic that we present. That's what I wanted to say.
Absolutely. Yes. So in other words, she is saying we are going to continue this podcast. So when you tune in, what we are discussing at the time may not be for you, but I guarantee you there is some time, some week, while we are podcasting, there will be something in it for you, specifically for you. So we want to encourage you to continue watching.
And I think we also need to let our listeners and viewers know that we're going to be having young women, older women, professionals, yes, people who do simple things, simple everyday things like do your nails or do your hair. We're going to have everybody here. There's something, Paola said, maybe it's not for you. Every week there's going to be something for you. Just find the gem that we bring to you each week and see how you can make it be a part of your life. In a couple weeks, we will have some young ladies coming to show off their art and what they're doing with their lives. So we want to be a part of encouraging you on your journey and making sure that you find and you develop the full potential you were created for. we're excited about that.
Oh, yes. So excited. And we want you to join us in this excitement. And the last question we have is basically, how can the viewers be a part of this venture? Like I mentioned, a lot of people are writing in and they're asking how can they be a part of this venture? So we encourage you to subscribe. We encourage you to keep watching. We encourage you to basically, we are a non-for-profit organization, meaning we are 501c3. So basically, we encourage you to give monetary donations if you can, or continue to give us your support by tuning in and subscribing. Just to let you know, talking about the donations that you may want to give, that usually is to help us with podcasting, with the production, and none of that money really, it goes back into the organization, okay? And with it going back into the organization, that means it goes back into the community, because we are here to help women who have struggles, whatever their struggles are, whatever their needs are. We are here to give whatever we can to help anyone that reaches out to us in need. We want to reach the entire nation, the world. That's why we call it Global Women Enrichment. So that includes each and every one of you that are looking, or that are each and every one of you that is basically viewing this podcast. You are important to us. We want you to feel a part of us. So continue to watch and continue to subscribe. Send us your comments. Send us your questions. Ladies, anything do you need to add, or take it away?
You said about subscribe. It's not only to YouTube. Do you have a way that people can send their email when we start sending information out they could have?
Anything you would like to add, Dr. Brown?
No, I think we're off to a good start for the new year. It's exciting. I guess we could go ahead and give them a heads up that next week we're going to have a wonderful guest speaker. You will want to hear her and her journey to success and where she is now. Her name is Laura Bonnick, and we'll be happy to have her next week. Thank you so much for joining us for our first session. And Venoria will close us out.
Yes, we, just like how we had questions, we had a few comments, but one comment that stood out is, you see, the thing, we are reaching the globe, ladies, and also for you gentlemen out there, as you can see, we also include gentlemen because we appreciate their support, okay? But I just have to read this to you that came all the way from Colombia. And bear with me with 1 second. Okay, so shout out to you, Gloria Flores. Gloria Flores from Colombia said, "What a special day to start Global Women Enrichment. Today, here in Colombia, we had nationwide protests in coordination with International Day of the Elimination of Violence Against Women." How powerful is that? You see, do whatever you can because you never know who you're going to reach, okay? So again, shout out to you, Gloria Flores, and keep watching and spreading the news about Global Women Enrichment. Thank you again, ladies, and if there are any gentlemen out there who are watching, we are very happy that you tuned in this week to our first podcast for 2021. We are off to a good start, and we hope you continue watching. Next week, as Dr. Brown mentioned, we will be blessed with the lovely Laura Bonnick. Be sure to tune in next week, same time. Good night, everyone.